Naomi finally breaks social media silence after WWE Elimination Chamber attack. Naomi had a rough outing at WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 as she took the beating of a lifetime. She has finally broken her social media silence days after the vicious attack by Jade Cargill. The Glow has been scrutinized since replacing Jade Cargill as Bianca Belair's tag team partner late last year. She wasn't the only one accused of conspiring against Jade. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were also held responsible for the mystery attack on the former AEW star. The mystery surrounding her attack was seemingly solved when Cargill returned this past weekend to take out Naomi from the Elimination Chamber match. She annihilated the real-life Bloodline member as Belair watched the pandemonium unfold from her pod. Naomi was removed from the Women's Elimination Chamber match following the attack. She left the building on a stretcher and seemed to have been written off WWE TV that a little while ago, Trinity Fatu took to her official X, formerly Twitter, handle to share a photo of herself with her husband, SmackDown superstar Jimmy USO. In the picture, she is seen wearing a bedazzled neck brace. This came as a surprise to many since rumor has it that she was pulled from her scheduled media appearances to sell the after effects of the attack. Jade Cargill has been announced for WWE SmackDown this week. Will Naomi make her presence felt? Only time will tell. Among them was an Instagram story referencing Jade Cargill's attack on her. Naomi wore a neck brace to the premiere of Queen of the Ring, selling the beatdown from Elimination Chamber. Her story featured a picture of the attack and one of her with her husband, Jimmy USO, at the premiere, highlighting the effects of what Cargill did. Naomi also made sure that the storm was cropped out. While she hasn't spoken directly about the Jade Cargill situation, Naomi has made her feelings pretty evident. She may have been all smiles with Big Jim at the premiere, but the 37-year-old star is clearly upset. It remains to be seen what happens when she confronts the storm, be it on this week's episode of SmackDown or later this month. 3 possible replacements for Naomi on WWE SmackDown. Naomi entered the WWE Women's Elimination Chamber match this past week in Toronto and ended up being the first one to be eliminated from the match. However, the former women's champion was not pinned or submitted. Rather, she was not able to compete after a brutal assault, which led to her elimination. Right after the bell rang for the match, Jade Cargill made a blockbuster return to the company and unleashed an attack on Naomi. Bianca Belair was left crying inside her pod as Cargill unleashed her wrath before making her way out of the arena, which eventually led to Naomi being stretchered out. Following the assault, it is clear that the Glow won't be back on WWE TV for a few weeks. Her absence on SmackDown could lead to a new name replacing her on the Blue brand. Let's check out a few names who could replace her. The Eradicator lost her Women's World Championship on Raw this week, which has left her WrestleMania plans completely uncertain. Rhea Ripley has been the face of Raw for quite some time now and has managed to place herself among the top women in the entire industry. After her loss on Raw this week, the former champion could quit the Red brand and join SmackDown to open a new door of opportunities on the road to WrestleMania. Ripley could have some incredible matches against the likes of Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and more if she decided to move to the Blue brand. Naomi's attacker, Jade Cargill. The Storm's return at Elimination Chamber was a massive shocker for the entire WWE universe. While Jade Cargill's return was speculated in Toronto, nobody expected her to return right away and attack Naomi before the Women's Elimination Chamber match properly kicked off. After taking her out of action, Jade Cargill could replace Naomi on the Blue brand, something the latter herself did. While it is still unknown if Naomi attacked Cargill, she did replace one half of the women's tag team champions right after the star was taken out of action. Cargill replacing Naomi would be the perfect storyline, eventually leading to the latter's return and an all-out war between the two women. The man has been out of WWE since May 2024, and her return has been speculated a plethora of times over the past few months. Becky Lynch is one of the greatest women to ever step foot in the ring, and the WWE Universe has been missing the star in the company. Lynch could end up returning to the Blue brand and replacing Naomi to kick off some fresh rivalries ahead of WrestleMania. The man could compete for the Women's United States Championship to elevate the title status and get a potential run as champion. Fans will have to wait and see who replaces Naomi on the blue
Nia
brand
Jax beats
and what
Naomi.
her return timeline looks
Notch's
like in the
third
coming weeks.
WWE Women's
the former
title
world
defense
in SmackDown main event. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax retained her championship on WWE SmackDown, in part thanks to interference on her behalf over Naomi. Naomi pinned Jax last month after interference from Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez before Crown Jewel. Jax started off the match hot, immediately getting her opponent in the corner and overpowering her. Naomi hit a rear view for a near fall on Jax, but the champion followed it up with a pop-up Samoan drop and set Naomi up for the Annihilator, but Naomi knocked her off to the outside, then took her out from the top rope. The broadcast cut to the back, and Morgan and Rodriguez were seen taking out WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Naomi got Jax back in the ring, but Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton attacked Naomi from behind. Naomi was able to counter a body slam from Jax, but the champion kicked out. Stratton tried to interfere again, but Bayley took her out. Naomi hit a split-legged moonsault, and Jax barely kicked out. Candice LeRae appeared to take out Bayley. Jax hit a Samoan drop from the second rope, dragged Naomi to the corner, and finally hit the Annihilator to retain. For those who missed the first SmackDown of the year, here are the results of all the matches that took place, as well as notes on the other highlights that happened during this episode. The show started with footage of last week's episode, breaking down the situation between SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis ordering Kevin Owens to hand over the Winged Eagle WWE Championship title, as he's not the rightful champion, and the setup of Cody Rhodes challenging Owens to a ladder match for the belt at Royal Rumble after that. Cody Rhodes cut a promo where he said he was technically not cleared to wrestle tonight. Drew McIntyre interrupted. He gave some words of wisdom to the American Nightmare about how he, Cody, is the quarterback of the best roster the company has ever had, and Rhodes needs a friend to watch his back, so he's there as part of the transfer window. He always tells the truth. Rhodes equated his experience of leaving WWE to come back and finish the story to what happened with McIntyre as well, and put over the Scottish Warrior's successes. But he doesn't believe him, and he knows that Drew wants a shot at the title. McIntyre reiterated that he's here to help him, not hurt him, and as he was leaving, told him to watch his back, just as Kevin Owens jumped Rhodes from behind. McIntyre just casually walked away, and officials came out to separate Rhodes and Owens. Mercedes Moné picks upcoming Naomi WWE SmackDown. JR current AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné has commented ahead of Naomi and Bayley's upcoming WWE SmackDown match. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax is set to defend her championship at WWE Bad Blood next weekend, but her opponent is not yet known. On last week's episode of SmackDown, Bayley and Naomi both pinned Nia during a tornado tag team match, with them set to face off against each other on this week's episode of the show. Taking to Twitter today, Naomi asked her followers for help in choosing which of two ring gear she should wear for the match, showcasing a new wig and other Uno-themed gear. Responding to the question, AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné responded, picking the Uno-themed gear for Naomi, saying, "Is there a heel turn in Naomi's future in the WWE? There's been no shortage of talk, including from yours truly, over the past few months about WWE having one of the strongest women's divisions on the planet. And though it's certainly a champagne problem,